Yes, okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, this is
Hi,
Priscilla. How are you?
good. How are you today?
Wonderful. Hello, I'm Priscilla. I am your conversational English coach for today. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that you are excited about today's lesson, and I hope that you will enjoy many wonderful things. If you would, quickly type 3 words in the chat box for me as we prepare for our lesson of today.
I want to know how we're going to use 3 words. Are you going to use 3 words to describe yourself, or are you going to use 3 words, just random 3 words that you're going to be discussing?
Um,
It depends.
Can
You
I?
can. No, no, no. You can't ask. No. That would give you a unique advantage over everyone else that is going to join us if I gave you that answer now. But if you choose not to give me 3 words, that's perfectly fine. We will use the 3 words that are being provided by the students who have had previous classes for previous classes with me. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I want you to tell me, where are you from? Where are you calling from this evening? Where are you
Sorry,
calling? Where are you calling in from this evening?
where I am calling.
Yes, where are you located today? Where are you located?
I'm from Vietnam.
Okay, wonderful. And what time is it for you?
12 12 o'clock at afternoon.
Okay, wonderful. It is
Yeah.
1 a.m. for me in the U.S. So,
Oh.
and your 3 words are wonderful, strong, and dynamic. Awesome
Yeah.
words. Thank you. I love those words. All right, you're going to be number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Jenna, tell me where you're located and what time is it for you?
I'm originally from China, but right now I'm living in United States.
Okay, wonderful. And where is it? What time is it for you in the U.S.?
Around 12 o'clock.
Okay, so you're just 1 hour behind me. Fantastic. And hello,
So,
Roxana. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm fine. Pretty good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Roxana, did you see over in the chat box? I asked you
Yes,
to provide
yes.
me with your 3 words. All right. Thank you for that. And you are number 3. We will begin. So our objective for today is that the learner will learn when to use which word in speaking conversational English. The title of our story today is Rob, Thief, Stole, or Stolen. I would like for you later on to give me an idiom or verbal phrase or introductory phrase when I ask you for one, but you can start thinking about that as we listen. I'm going to read first, and then we each will take turns reading. Quasm, the train is moving very slow today, and your conversation is distracting me. I'm trying to steal a few winks before we arrive at my home. Could you put a lid on it, please? Gashman gave Quasm an annoyed look and murmured, "It was your idea that I come along for this boring ride into the country. The least you could do is talk with me." An argument was about to ensue. "No, I did not invite you," said Quasm. "As I recall, actually, you volunteered yourself to come along. Remember? You will be enough trouble once we reach our destination. You can't speak the indigenous language, and I will be doing all the interpretations. I hope when we get to the next station you will sleep through the rest of the way." "Fine, Quasm," said Gushman. "The train is stopping now for new passengers anyway. I will not say anything." "Look, Quasm," said Gashman, "that man with the brown cap and umbrella just stole that lady's purse." "Which lady?" said Quasm. "The lady with the cane and the yellow pants and the top with the multitude of collars." "Gashman, we must help that lady get her stolen purse back," said Quasm. Quasm was yelling, "Stop! Stop!" in his native language, and Gazrin was yelling, "Stop, thief!" in his native language too. They both were making such a commotion, and many people stopped, dead in their tracks, but no one knew what either of them was saying. An official of the station approached the screaming boys and spoke Quasm's language and asked, "What is the problem?" Quasm said that a thief had stolen the old lady's purse. The official asked for a description of the thief. Quasm gave a description of the official, and this is what he said. "This is a description of the same man that robbed the station this morning." I want you to pay close attention when you're reading that stole and the word steal means something is taken. A thief is when an event or at the crime scene something is taking place. Robbed is an action being performed. All right, so now we will start with and 2 reading as number 1. Then we will have Jenna as 2. And then finally we will have Roxana as 3. Oh, we have more people. Heidi, how are you? And
Hello,
Heidi will,
fine, fine, thank you.
great. And Heidi will be number 4.
Okay.
Lou, how are you?
I'm great, thanks for asking.
Great. Well, you will be number 5. And we will start reading when I get back up to the top. 4 and 5. All right. Lou, Hyde, and Roxana, if you don't have your 3 words in the chat box by now, please take time to do so. All right. Antu, would you please start to read for me, please?
Yeah. Quasim, the train is moving very slow today, and your conversations is distracting me.
Okay,
I'm trying.
this is
Yeah.
distracting. This is distracting.
Distracting.
Thank you.
Distracting.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to steal a few wings before we arrive at my home. Could you put a lid on it, please? Gasping gave Quasim an annoyed look and murmured, "It was your idea that I came along for this boring ride into the country. The least you could do is talk with me."
Thank you. What questions can I answer for you about this passage that you just read? Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I understand. Quasim and Gabin, they take train together,
Mhm.
and Quasim want to talk with the Gabin, but Gabin want to try to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Number 2.
Yes, I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
An argument was about to ensue. No, I did not
Ensue.
ensue. No,
Mhm.
I did not invite you, says Question. As I recall, you actually volunteered yourself to come along. Remember, you will be enough trouble once we reach our destination. You can speak the how to say the word again?
Indigenous.
Indigenous language, and I will be doing all the interpretations. I hope when we get to the next station, you will sleep through the rest of the way.
Okay. Do you have questions about what you've read?
What's the meaning for ensue?
Ensue must. Who knows what the word ensue means? Does anyone have an idea what the word means? Does anyone have an idea what the word ensue means? Of course, I will tell you.
No, you're
Follow
following.
him.
Follow him.
What does it mean?
Follow. No?
I don't know. Okay, I'm still listening to make sure if I'm hearing.
Start.
It is starting, but when does it start? It's something that happens after something else. Okay, they were talking. The two of them were talking. Okay. And then so something has started, and now something else is about to take place. So about to take place. What is about to take place, Jenna?
Argument?
Very good. And what are they doing before the argument?
Oh, I didn't pay attention. They were talking.
Good. They are talking. So the word ensue means about to take place.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Number 3. Okay. Roxana?
Fine question said Gershwin. The train is stopping now for new passengers anyway. I will not say anything. Look, Kasim said Gershwin. That man with the brown cap and umbrella just stole that lady's purse. Which lady? Which lady said Kasim. The lady with the cane in the yellow pants and the top with a multitude of colors. Cashman, we must help that lady, that her stolen purse back.
Okay.
Said Kasim.
What questions do you have about your passage? What questions do you have about your passage?
No, I don't have questions.
Okay, can you summarize what you just read?
In this passage, they passed some station, I think, and Quasim watched that some man stole the purse of the old lady.
Good. Okay. Heidi, number 4.
Cousin was, okay. Oh, I lost. Cousin was yelling, stop, stop, in his native language, and Gashman was yelling, stop him, in his native language too. They both were making such a commotion, and many people stopped, dead in their tracks, that no one knew what either of them was saying.
Okay, good. Do you have questions about what you read?
Okay.
Okay, can you summarize what you just read?
Cousin screamed like stop, stop, and the other person says said stop thief, both the own language. Then that voice makes the people the same feeling, commotion.
And what does the word commotion mean?
Commotion, the same feeling, the same idea.
Chaos.
Yes, it's more like chaos. It's just no one really understood what was going on. It was a state of confusion. Okay. Number 5.
I'm sorry. What does mean dead in their tracks?
Dead in their tracks is an idiom. That means people stopped walking, stopped talking. They didn't do anything. They just dead in their tracks, just as if they were dead. They were standing up straight but dead. They were useless. They made no movement. They did nothing to help. They were just there, like dead in their tracks. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Number 5 is Lou.
An official of the station approached the screaming boys and spoke Kazim's language and asked, "What is the problem?" Kasim said that the thief had stolen the old lady's purse. The official asked for a description of the thief. Kasim gave a description, and the official said this is a description of the same man that robbed the station this morning.
Okay, very nice. What questions can I answer for you about that passage?
No any questions, thank you.
Okay, could you summarize it for me?
Yes, an official, the police officer, but no, the official of the station go to this boy and ask if something happened, and the cousin described the person who stole the old lady's purse to the official, and this official said it's the same person to the morning's case. Yes.
What about the description? What did they say about the description? What did the officials say about the description?
He said this is a description of the same man that robbed the station this morning.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Hello, Araceli. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Could you read number 6? And you are number 6. Everyone that has not put your words in the box, do so. I'm listening now. I'm sorry.
Qasim, your train is moving very slow today, and your conversation is distracting me. I'm trying to steal a few winks before we arrive at my home. Could you put a lid on it, please? Gashvin gave Qasim an annoyed look and murmured, "It was your idea that I come along for this boring ride into the country. The least you could do is talk with me."
Okay, did you understand what you just read?
Yes, I don't know the meaning of the word winks.
Winks means to close your eye.
Yeah.
Winks means to close your eyes and sleep. So he wants to close his eyes and get a few winks. It means to rest. I want to sleep for a little while. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, put a lid on it.
Okay. Just think of a pot that you're cooking something on the stove, and that pot is about to boil over, and you take the lid off of the pot, and it calms down, but the water is roaring. So you say, put a lid on it because I want it to be quiet. So now he's asking him to stop talking and close his mouth. Put a lid on it means to close your mouth and stop talking. Okay?
Okay.
Great. And did you summarize that for me?
Yes. The two of them, Qasim and Gashvin, were traveling in a train, and Gashvin was talking a lot, and the other one, Qasim, wanted to sleep, and he asked his friend to shut up, and the other one said the other to close his mouth.
Okay,
and the other one said he hadn't been invited.
All right, very nice. He said he volunteered himself, so therefore he should just be quiet and stop talking. Control C. Now we're going to the fun part of our activity, or a fun part of our activity. And this one is going to be where we actually use our words. And this one will be for, let's see, I'm going to use wonderful. Oh, no, I can't see the word. So let me get someone to read these words for me. Antu, can you read the first word that everyone? Can you see the chat box, Antu? Antu, are you able to see the chat box?
Yes, I see.
Okay, I want you to give me the first word that everyone gave. Okay, I have yours. I've got wonderful. What else?
Strong.
Okay, the next one.
Dynamic.
Is that all?
Yeah, 3 words, right?
Wonderful, abstain. No. Did you give me the one for Jenna? No. I want you to look over into the list, and because I couldn't do both, I couldn't type and both. But I'll do it. Anna, you're going to go first. I want you to give me a phrasal verb, an introductory phrase, or an idiom. Either one will do. Which one would you like to do? I'll give you an idiom from the story. And the one from the story is, put a lid on it. I'll give you that one. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. Put a lid. We'll need to use this idiom today, all right? And I'll get the other words for you. I'm going to give you, it should have been abstain and persistence. So we go with abstain and persistence. And let me find the last ones. Abstain, persistence, whisker, and geology. Whisker and geo. All right, and mine's going to be mag. I'm going to give you M. Well, I won't give you one this time. All right, do you see all of these words? I would like for you to look at these words and create your story. And this one is persistence. All right. And who is reading now? It is going to be Antu. Okay, Antu, please start.
Yeah, some word I cannot understand.
Okay, which ones do you not understand?
Abstain. Abstain. And that's too strong. Wonderful, strong, abstain.
Abstain.
Yeah.
Okay, whose word is that? Who gave the word abstain?
Me.
Okay, what does it mean?
Restrain.
Okay, it means to restrain.
Retrain.
Abstain. Give her a sentence of abstain.
So sometimes if you, let's say if there's a person really like chocolate, you want to stay away from chocolate because you want to stay on diet, then this is called abstain. Restraining will stay away from something.
Okay. So that is what abstain means. Abstain means to stay away from. It means to refuse to do something. Okay?
Yeah.
Any other word that you don't know?
Persistence.
Whose word is persistent? Who gave the word persistent?
I did.
What does it mean?
It means something that continuous all the time. It's not change.
Okay.
Continue, not change.
For example, maybe it's it can be about couple of family. Then your partner is persistence. They don't have another people who he loves. He is persistent. Is it understand?
Yes.
Anything else?
Whisker and geology.
Who gave the word whisker?
I did.
Excuse me.
Whisker, I think, is the hair on a man's face,
Okay, so that would be
especially over his
okay.
mouth.
Well,
So is it more than is it
I
just
think,
one whisker or it's probably whiskers?
or whiskers, yeah. I'm not sure how
Okay,
to use the word. I think it's a synonym for
okay, the long
mustache.
hair usually.
this is a noun. Or,
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a noun. Just use it based upon what you hear. It's the long hair usually on a man's face. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and last word is geology.
Okay. Who gave the word geology?
It's me. Geology is a subject which study our Earth's landscape or something like that.
Ah, yeah. Geology.
Okay. You got
Yeah,
all?
understand. Yeah, understand.
And here is your idiom. You'll need to use put a lid on it as you speak to us. Okay.
Yeah, put a lid on it.
Yep. Put a lid on it.
Close your mouth, right?
That is correct. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Let's get started.
Uh, mm, mm, uh,
Start by telling us what you know from the story. Use the story as your base point if you need to. There were two boys on the train, and one was disturbing the other one by talking
no,
so much.
no. You want me to make create a story, or you want me to summarize this story?
No, I want you to tell the story as you have done in previous classes.
Yeah,
The same as we've done in previous classes.
yeah. Um, may you give me 3 minutes and later back to me later?
No. Okay, we'll go on to someone else. Okay, who would like to take this one? Jenna, can you do it? I don't think Jenna you would know. Roxana, use this one that we have. Roxana,
Yes.
please start.
Okay. I was walking and suddenly I watched that some man, I think he was thief, and he stole he was a thief, and he had black whiskers on his cheeks, and he stole the purse from the purse. I can say from the old woman, or what preposition I.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. He stole a purse, and from the one woman who was wearing in a multitude T-shirt and wonderful shoes, very strange shoes. Um, it was a very strange. It was very sudden event, because in my day was started very usually, and it was very boring. Um, I just I just had some conversation with um, my sister that turned out in really argument. Um, it's very difficult, a lot of words. Because it turned out in an argument because of I wanted to invite some friends to the party in our home, but she doesn't want it, and because of she wanted to prepare to her exam, and she afraid that the party will distracting her from it. And I, I have used distracting too. Because she must be really concentrated, and she must obtain from some conversation with friends, and be on the destination from other people. She must uh, make some interpretation from some several texts for exam. And if we will be having a big party in our house, she just wanted to she would be screaming all the time, just put a lid on it and stop talking. I must prepare to exam, and it will be not very great idea. I forgot about word commotion. What does it mean? Commotion.
A lot of noise.
A lot of commotion is a lot of noise.
Keep going. Continue.
I was wonderful that she was so persistent to her exam and idea, and subject from exam was geology, and she has very strong willingness to pass her exam very good. By the way, it's this exams was volunteered. She doesn't has to pass it herself. And I don't remember the word. Indigenous. What is that?
Indigenous means your native language, your native race, your native country.
She couldn't use indigenous in this exam. She just would must use English, and it was very difficult to her. But and she was afraid to be murmured on her exam.
That's murmured, and that means to speak quietly. She murmured that this test is difficult.
Murmured. She was afraid that she will be murmured on the exam, and let's see. What does it mean? On the top, the word on the top.
Still?
Still. Okay.
It means to take something.
She was afraid that she will have to steal some card or ticket on the exam to prepare it, but she don't want that ticket will be stolen, because it's in issue.
Okay. All right, we got through it, didn't we? We did good. We got through that. And we will now see if we can get maybe one more person to do it. Control C. Who would like? Okay, who is me that would like to try?
Jenna.
Okay, Jenna.
I know
All right.
technical.
I'm going to look over and quickly get the words for you. So the words that you're going to have are dynamic, misdemeanor, ISDE. I have to copy them down because I have to go back to another screen. Relevant, waiver, and linger.
Linger.
Okay, I'm going to go back now and put those words in. Can you think of an idiom that you would like to use?
Scratch someone's back.
Okay. And the idiom that you're going to use today is scratch my back.
Okay.
But here's how I know the phrase. I know it like this. If you scratch my back,
I scratch yours.
I will yours. Okay, so that is the idiom as I know it. I think that is what you want us to know. Is that right?
So I have one more question. Can I just come up with something, anything, any
Yes.
story I want?
Yes,
Okay.
any story. It does not have to be from this one. The one that we just read is a frame of reference. Okay?
Okay.
You may start.
Also, one more question. Multitude, is it mean a large number of something?
That is correct. A large number of something.
So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be people.
No, it
Right.
could be anything.
Okay.
And when you see these words, stole, thief, you need to use these in their form that is written, if you could. because that was what the objective is of the story, is for you to recognize the difference in these words. They are different. They're used differently.
Okay.
But it's not so much that I want to tell you whether it's a verb, adverb, or an adjective. I want you to recognize how to use them, but do the best that you can. You may start.
Okay. I feel most comfortable in my indigenous language. That would be Mandarin. Um, so when I first came to the country, um, at first I was having a hard time. I try to steal something from people all the time. What does it mean by steal something from people? I whenever I hear something, whenever I hear something from the TV, or whenever I hear something from people's conversation or argument, um, I always try to murmur it to myself. I try to repeat quietly, try to say a couple times um, before actually using it. And sometimes when I try to um, understand a vocabulary, I try to looking at the entire context, because when you're looking at one single word, the interpretation of the word may be incorrect, because for English word you have so many meanings and several meaning attached to the word. If you're just looking at one vocabulary or just one thing, it might not be the correct answer or correct meaning of the word. Um, and I already used the murmur. Already used the word murmur, and it's really boring sometimes. Or it's really boring to try to learn a new language, um, because sometimes no matter what you want to do, you always feel like there's a lot more than you can learn, and you never can catch up with a native speaker, because there's so many years apart between you and them. But however, I try to do what I can to to learn every single day and make every learning experience relevant to my life. Um, and I volunteered a little bit um, when I was a student, because it was a require um, from the school. It was a requirement from the school. And when I was invited to some other place to volunteer, I see um, multitude of people, and um, and I try to stay on task. I try to not to be distracted by um, by other things in life. And um, for some of the school, I really like the environment, but for other places, the dynamic of the school is not what I'm looking for. And I do remember one time I get into trouble because when I tried to take the standardized test, I didn't ask for the waiver, and then I end up asking my mom to um, pay for the money, and my mom was telling me that if I tell her earlier, if I find out information earlier, then I shouldn't we shouldn't pay for the money. But however, because I forgot, and I had to ask her for that money. And when I go to college, okay, when I go to college and I try to find some people to work together, um, and when I find some peers to study together, and I try to make sure that I ask the help from them. Sometimes I tell my peers, if you scratch my back, I will scratch yours. So we can always learn from one another, and we can always try to pass the class. So I went to a different destination. I also traveled to other places, and I really like it when I travel to different places. I can do some sightseeing, and I can meet with the people I never met. But sometimes in different city, sometimes you run into trouble because they have some thief in the city, and they will stole the money from you. And one time I remember that I was sleeping in my auntie's house, and I heard a commotion outside the window. And when I look out the window, I saw a man try to rob a lady who just opened a store, and the fight ensued after they have an argument, and the image stay in my head, and the image linger in my head, because I will never forget this misdemeanor, even it doesn't relate to me. But however, I still think that every citizen need to have absolute abrogation, that whenever you see someone steal something uh, from other people, you have is your right, is your job to call the police. I'm not sure.
Okay, very good.
It's hard.
Hyde, you will be the official, and Lou, you will be Quasm. Okay? You can read exactly what you see, or you can ad lib. Hyde, would you be the official?
I think she's gone.
Okay. Araceli, will you be the official?
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
thank.
You may start.
I understand you witnessed a theft in progress. Is this correct? Please recall as much as you can about the event.
Yes, most definitely. I was getting off of the train to get a snack. I heard a lady screaming something, and a man was running as she pointed.
I see. Please continue.
After I interrupted my friend's sleep, I insisted that we apprehend the thief.
Are you able to describe the thief?
I think so. He had a medium length dark hair and a small build. I'm sorry I didn't see his face at all, but he was about the height of Gashpin.
Did you actually see this thief steal a purse?
This is quite bizarre.
Oh, really? What exactly do you mean?
We were yelling stop in our native language, but no one would help us or the lady.
Okay, guys. You all did an awesome job with that. And now I'm coming back to us. I'm trying to get back, and my computer is frozen. All right, that will be probably all that we have time to do in terms of looking at the lesson. What did you think of the lesson? Did you find that challenging? Those of you who had an opportunity to use the vocabulary, was that a very challenging activity for you? Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Was that a challenging activity for you?
I think so. When you have the verb being there, it's really difficult to come up with one story that you can use them all.
Okay, and what you're trying to do is to stop thinking in your native language. It forces you to stop thinking in your native language. And did I get disconnected? Are you all still there? Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes,
Anyone?
yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
you're here.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing on my screen. Anyway, what I'm seeing on my screen is nothing. Well, when you have those vocabulary words that are given to you that are out of context, it forces you to think, how can you use those words? It forces you to remember what you read about the story. And eventually you'll be able to put that together. I know that, Jenna, I thought you may not be able to do it because you were new, but you jumped right in and you did a fantastic job. I think this is your first time actually doing that, so I really appreciate your efforts. Now, what we typically do at the last part of the day is ask for the final word, and I'm going to take that time to do this now and ask for the final word. I would also like to ask each of you if you would leave a comment for me this evening so that I can better help you in the future. Because what you write, I will take what you write and incorporate that into some future lesson. It may not be the lesson that you attend the next time, and it could very well be the lesson that you attend the next time. So please leave feedback, send me a note, tell me what you thought of the lesson, and I'll try and respond back to you. So now I will ask Antu for final words for today. What did you think of the
Yes.
lesson?
Lesson today this is not many vocabulary, but when my friends here in the chatbot, they give to me that's many vocabulary with me. So today I'm really happy because I study a lot from them. Thank
Okay.
you, everybody.
Very good. Thank you. Jenna, final words?
I think when you're asking about 3 words of the vocabulary you would like to be using for the evening, you should give us a topic so we can come up with 3 words that we feel comfortable. As I'm looking at all the vocabulary in front of me, I can see this is a large range of the vocabulary, like geology. This is something that you should be using in science, and there's delegate, representative, it means representative. So you need to, I think it's better for you to come out with one topic that we're going to be sharing or we're going to be talking later, and
Okay.
it's better for the EIL student to have a better direction to approach
Okay.
the lesson.
Okay, and I appreciate that, Jenna. The purpose of giving you a variety of vocabulary words that does not have any relevance to the story is to get you to think without thinking in your native language. So therefore, if I gave you the words and I told you the context, you will already formulate your answers based upon your indigenous language. So to forego having you speak in have that conversation going on in your head about what you know in your language, you don't get the opportunity to have those. But I do understand. What I think I will do, I may not ever ask people to put the words in the vocabulary box again because it gives others an advantage. Okay, Roxana, final
Can I
words,
have
please. Not yet.
Yeah.
Roxana, final words.
I think for the lessons, it was some difficult to me to make up a story, but it was interesting. And thank you for
Okay.
all of your lessons.
Okay, and Roxana, again, the purpose of my sessions are to keep you talking. You don't have to make sense when you're talking. You just need to get in the habit of being able to speak. Okay? Final words, Heidi? Final words? I think Heidi has left. Final words, Lou?
Oh yes, I think this class has many new vocabularies, but considering also there are many students, I think should limit the new vocabularies within probably 10 or 15 to make the story within the 5 minutes or
Yeah.
to make all students have opportunity to make their own story.
I agree.
That would be better, I think. Yeah.
I do too. This was the first time we've had this many students with that many words, so I agree. Thank you for that. All right, Sally, final words?
Yes, I think it's good that the words that not are not related to the topic because, as you said, this forces us to think quickly and to speak. Although what we say has no sense. I think for today was very difficult were very difficult because they were abstract concepts, and it is easier for me to use a word that is something physical, something known. But when you are using this kind of words, they are very abstract, and I think this is the reason that it was so difficult to make up a story with them.
Okay, that's perfectly fine, and I appreciate that. You also were introduced to an idiom as you introduced the idiom into your story, so you had to think about an idiom, how to use the idiom in the context of the story or in the context of a story of your own. Let me see if I can quickly go back to the lesson for today and see if I can find the words. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see the screen? No, not yet. Okay, I don't know that I can get to the screen. I don't know, it's frozen. So if you'll just listen to me give you the story, and I've got 2 minutes before my next class, if I have another class. My idiom is going to be steal a few winks. I was on the train trying to steal a few winks when my cousin continued to bother me with his boring conversation. I wanted to tell him to put a lid on it and let me sleep while we reached our destination. He continued to speak his indigenous language, and I murmured again, "Please be quiet. You volunteered yourself to come on this trip, and you're distracting me. The conversation that you're having is going to lead to an argument, but before that argument ensues, I want to invite you once more to please be quiet. I've asked you a multitude of times. It's as if you're not understanding what I'm saying. I've interpreted what I've said several times, and now I'm really sad that you're not allowing me to steal the few winks that I want. You stole my time yesterday by coming over to my house, and you've made your presence in my life very unbearable. You're boring, and you're just like a thief. And look at this, look at all of the commotion that you're making just by being on the train." All right, so I just completed all of those words using them. The story doesn't necessarily have to make sense, but I want to see if in fact you know how to use the words, and I can promise you that as time goes on, you'll be able to put these words in the proper order using the correct grammatical structure, and your conversation will flow just as that of a native English speaker. I want to thank each of you for joining me this evening, and I hope that you'll have time to get to your next class. Please leave feedback for me by way of sending me a message, and I will respond. Thanks, guys. And I couldn't get back because my computer's frozen, but have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye. Have a great day.